What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raise. Oh, the ongoing Hollywood cliche. A bad boy falls in love with a good girl. So they struggle a lot because of their differences. From 13 Reasons Why to Pretty Little Liars and even Tangled. Here are the top 20 good girl bad boy movie couples. Damon and ELENA. The Vampire Diaries, 2009 to 2017.
This will prove to be the worst one, but I am not sorry that I'm in love with you.
Damon was, admit it or not, the protagonist of The Vampire Diaries. And while we shipped his relationship with ELENA throughout the entire show, even when Nina Dobrev decided to leave the series, we can't help but ignore the fact that they were pretty toxic together. In Friday Night Bites, Damon even tries to compel the love of his life, ELENA, to kiss him. The couple ends up together at the end of TVD, living a peaceful life after 171 episodes. Jess and Justin, 13 Reasons Why, 2017 to 2020. After 2 seasons of 13 Reasons Why, we can all be sure that the teens at Liberty High School were going through hell. One of the central couples of the show was Justin and Jessica, characters portrayed by Brandon Flynn and Alicia Bowe. Initially, Justin was the bad boy in the relationship, but thanks to Clay's help, he became the good boy, while his girlfriend went through an unbelievable transformation, becoming a bad girl in later seasons. Patrick and Kat, 10 Things I Hate About You, 1999. Julia Stiles and Heath Ledger star in this romantic comedy as the central couple Kat and Patrick. Patrick is the kind of guy who makes everyone in the school intimidated. And in order to make money, he is convinced to take Kat out on a date. While Kat seems like she's not interested in him at first, she succeeds in making this man everyone is intimidated by fall in love with her. And well, they live happily ever after. Chuck and Blair, Gossip Girl, 2007 to 2012. Chuck is the definition of a bad boy, but he's not the kind of bad boy such as, for instance, the previously mentioned Patrick. Chuck actually enjoyed making Blair feel awful. He would tell her numerous times that he didn't love her. He would tell her she looks terrible, and he would simply insult his girlfriend in every way possible. Landon and Jamie, A Walk to Remember, 2002. A Walk to Remember, the film based on a Nicholas Sparks novel starring Mandy Moore and Shane West, is practically a film that will leave you crying for a week. When I look back on this film, I can't help but notice the quality in it. It's just so different than films and TV shows nowadays. It has such a good adaptation, such amazing actors, and of course, a beautifully written story. For those of you who haven't seen the film or read the book, we won't spoil a thing, so you can watch it after finishing our video. Oh, and before we continue, make sure you smack that like button if you haven't done it already. The Beast and Belle in Beauty and the Beast, 2017. Yes, we don't know why so many people are surprised by this, but the Beast is grumpy, mean, and most importantly, abusive. We often tend to forget the fact that he was transformed into a beast because his heart had no knowledge of love and kindness. Belle is the victim here. She is locked into a castle without consent. Stockholm Syndrome? It looks like it. Mike and Abby, The Ugly Truth, 2009.
Maybe. I think I kind of like it. Really? Sucker. Wouldn't do it.
Katherine Hagel and Jared Butler play the good girl bad boy couple in The Ugly Truth, and they are basically the most literal good girl and bad boy couple on our list. Mike is an egoistic, self-centered person who doesn't really believe in an emotional connection, but things change once he meets Abby. John B. and Sarah, Outer Banks, 2020. John B., a character played by Chase Stokes, is one of those bad boys who deal with a loss. He lost his father recently. He and his friends are the troublemakers. He then meets Sarah, a character played by Madeline Klein. Sarah is the opposite of John. She has these ideal parents whose only negative characteristic is making fun of their daughter because she wants to change the world into a better place. Rapunzel and Flynn, Tangled, 2010. Rapunzel has been locked away in a tower ever since she was a baby. Her magical long blonde hair can ensure eternal youth, and that's why the mean Gothel keeps her in the tower. And then she meets Flynn, a bad boy who uses her tower as a refuge. One of the most beautiful Disney tales, right? Anna Steele and Christian Grey. 50 Shades of Grey, 2015. From Tangled to 50 Shades of Grey, what a transition. Anna Steele is a college senior who by accident interviews businessman Christian Grey. They, of course, fall in love with each other, but then Anna discovers something really messed up about Christian. And well, the rest is history. LELAINA Pierce and Troy Dyer. Reality Bites, 1994. After college, LELAINA, a character portrayed by Winona Ryder, decides to film a documentary about her and her friends who jump into the world of adults. LELAINA then gets involved with Michael, played by Ben Stiller, while also keeping a relationship with Troy, played by Ethan Hawke, the bad boy in the film. Baby and Johnny, Dirty Dancing, 1987. Baby, played by Jennifer Grey, is this naive, good girl with the perfect image who meets the resort's dance instructor. Johnny, played by Patrick Swayze. He makes Baby his new dancing partner, and the two fall in love. Baby's parents are against their relationship, but that doesn't really matter since Baby and Johnny are crazy for each other. Elle and Noah, The Kissing Booth, 2020. Shortly after the film begins, Noah uses this sentence: "Wearing a skirt like that is asking for it." Honestly, we don't know if they ended up together because The Kissing Booth 3 had a confusing conclusion. Hardin and Tessa, after 2019. Tattoos, bad boy looks, and toxic habits that constantly make his life a living nightmare, Hardin has it all. Then there's Tessa, an innocent, sweet girl who wants to focus on her career and lead a peaceful life. Her future, however, changes course once she meets Hardin. Bella and Edward, Twilight, 2008. Kristen Stewart, starred as Bella Swan, is one of the most criticized franchises ever. Twilight. Kristen plays a 17-year-old girl who moves to the small town of Forks, Washington from Phoenix, Arizona. Then, she falls in love with Edward Cullen, a vampire. And as confirmed with TVD, vampires are known to be the bad guys. Jacob and Hannah, Crazy Stupid Love, 2011. After moving into his own apartment, Cal goes to a bar every night, and he constantly talks about his divorce. Then, he gets the attention of a young man named Jacob Palmer. Jacob is a womanizer who is known to lead a successful nightlife, bringing a different girl home every night until he meets Hannah, Cal's daughter. Tyler Gage and Nora Clark, Step Up, 2004. It's hard to believe it's been over a decade since Step Up, the romantic dance movie that introduced Channing Tatum and Jenna Dewan Tatum to each other. Had it not been for Step Up, Jenna and Channing may have never met. They played the good girl bad boy couple Tyler Grace and Nora Clark, and by the end of the film, they announced they were together in real life. Sadly, the pair divorced a few years ago. FITZ and ARIA, Pretty Little Liars, 2010 to 2017. This is presumably one of the most attacked relationships in cinema history. FITZ is ARIA's high school teacher. He used ARIA for his book, and he hooked up with her knowing that she's one of his students. Claire and John, The Breakfast Club, 1985. Claire, played by the amazingly talented Molly Ringwald, is the good girl in The Breakfast Club. In the film, she and other students get Saturday detention. Claire is the goddess, who a lot of people would describe as the mean, popular girl. Throughout the film, Claire and John develop some feelings towards each other. John is referred to as the criminal or the troublemaker. Sandy and Danny, Grease, 1978. Danny, the iconic character played by John Travolta, and the new girl Sandy, played by Olivia Newton-John, is by far the best portrayed good girl bad boy relationship. In school, Danny is the bad guy who enjoys getting involved in dramatic events. However, he then meets Sandy and he completely changes. In the end, the bad boy becomes a good boy, and the good girl goes through an incredible transformation with one of the most iconic scenes ever. Do you guys agree with our list? Is there a couple we forgot to mention? Let us know down in the comment section below. Make sure you subscribe to our channel so you'll never miss any of our videos in the future. And as always, thanks for watching.